it's you. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm just so grateful. We're going to take just a second here to look at each other and send love. Oh my goodness. Ha. Wonderful family of light. Very grateful to be this space with you, Holy Ones. So grateful to be this space with you. So this is a space, an added space here that I told you we would put in some more time together, yes? And now we're allowing this space of us and a Q&A. Q&As are always fun. So hopefully you brought a question. You're ready to maybe lay a question at my feet. And it can be about anything, really. While we're letting everyone in the door, let's just go over this a little bit. You can ask me about the work I do. You can ask me about a specific space you're navigating. It's really, there's no cap on it. And I'll answer you best I can from my understanding of what you are asking. And I will ask that no matter what you ask and who asks, and I have questions that were emailed in as well. So don't get nervous if you're like, well, I didn't come up with anything. I hope somebody else does. We have some already sent in, so we're all right. But if you do have a question, I would be happy to receive it in just a moment. But I ask that you remember this. This is my interpretation that I'm sharing. This is my interpretation, and you have yours as well. So mine might be complementary in some way. It might be confirming in some way, allowing an expanded vantage point in some way with the question you might have. But in the end of the story, if you will, your interpretation is the be all end all, because my interpretation does wonders in my own life and guides me in my own awakening. And then my interpretation in connection with you is offered as an assistance, but it's always you who is holding the steering wheel. Does that make sense to you? So it is always you. And it's really good to bounce things off of each other and to confer with one another. I value that greatly with people that I trust and people that I resonate with. So this is that kind of space, all right? Let's look here. We're going to open up our chats. We're going to see if we have any questions. Yes. Ooh. Beautiful, Trudy. Thank you for sharing. I read these out loud because some that come in via video cannot see what we shared in the chat. So Trudy shared toning. Sometimes when toning with music or another toning, particularly you, Andrea, I physically feel the connection point of both toning. I feel the expansion, reason or purpose. Well, I love it. Let's hit the ground running, Trudy. Thank you for that. That's a beautiful question, a beautiful understanding as well. So we are, yes, we are these multidimensional beings, and we are in a vessel that is a form-based space of experience, yes, which we can understand with our minds as like slowing down, not in a negative way, just like in a way, so like if you did hit the ground running, you would want to slow down a little bit so you didn't fall, right? So when we come into the human form, yes, and we be this life, we come in and with this vast, eternal, fast flowing energy, right? We're huge, we're massive, we're beyond comprehension. And then we're coming into a form, right? So before we make it into that form, we are a space of ourselves as sound. Take a moment with that one. Just imagine yourself not in the vessel, but prior to your vessel. Yes, which you understand is your quantum eternal being. And then you are a sound. You are a sound. And this is in many different teachings and cultures that we see spaces of this being picked up on, and humanity consciously resetting itself to this remembrance. But we are a sound, and we are also a wave of light before we are form. We are also a wave of light, like letting those two things one move through your being, right? Your knowing. Why? Because if you think about it, they get to be more present with you. If you think about these spaces of yourself, those spaces of yourself get to be more present with you. They get to expand. There's some clearing going on the left side of the abdomen. Just allow your breath. Now, toning is a way in which we can, in the human vessel format, allow ourselves to kind of reconnect into the understanding of ourself as sound. So when Trudy is so beautifully mentioning here, the way she can physically feel a connection point when there's toning, because that connection point is being given the opportunity to be remembered or activated when Trudy's being is listening to the toning or doing the toning, because a space of her is sound. You are like an instrument. Your body is like an instrument of universe. And you can play incredibly magnificent songs with your voice, with your hands using an instrument. Yes, this is a beautiful understanding. Sometimes people say, well, I don't necessarily feel comfortable with my vocals. You know, I don't want to tone, I don't want to sing because I sound like a frog or whatever. You know, people have different ways they think about their vocals, right? Yes. And again, that's their own space of experiential healing and expansion and self-love knocking on the door. But the beautiful thing about it is, until you're ready, you know, and you feel comfortable about your own voice, you can use an instrument. Because what happens when you play an instrument is you play the instrument. What does that mean? That means that you are the one that is creating the sound through the instrument. So it's actually a branch of you. Does this make sense to you? Have you ever seen a cellist? I love this analogy or illustration or visual. Have you ever seen a cellist who's playing that beautiful instrument? My daughter plays the cello, and it happens with piano. It happens with all instruments, really. I've even seen it with electric guitar and drums in a rock band. So it's not like it has to be classical music. But have you ever seen a musician play an instrument and they're one with the instrument? You can tell. I mean, you don't even question it. They're just moving and they are in this incredible depth of connection with that instrument. Their energy is coming through their music that they're playing. Their vibration is coming through that instrument. When I play the drum, and I'm not highly skilled at it, believe me, I have to work to keep my rhythm and do my chant and have it all sound like it's going together, because my hands and my vocals, they're not completely aligned yet, but I'm not giving up. I love it too much. So I keep leaning in and trusting myself. But when I'm playing that drum, yes, and I'm singing or I'm chanting or I'm toning or just playing the drum, that is my vibration being given through, passing through, yes, connecting through that instrument. Does this make sense to you? So it's really beautiful. And you say, oh, well, I'd love that, but I don't have an instrument. But I'd really love to start with the instrument space. Do you have a Tupperware? Do you have a pot? Do you have a spoon? There's so many things. 2 sticks from the yard, you know, go to the park, pick up 2 sticks, click, click, click. I mean, you can create anything. Allow that creativity of you, Holy One. That's a whole nother space of the flow of you. But toning is a really powerful way to move energy, to clear energy, to expand energy. Gregory brought it up. He's here today. He brought up humming in a class we were in recently, and how he will hum, and everybody can hum, you know, come on now, right? And so it's your vibration in your vessel. It's your sound. That is, your sound has, most of the time, unless it's you're using the instrument, certain spaces, but it's still being created from your breath in some way. Does this make sense to you? Like, you have to have breath to tone, you have to have breath to hum, you have to have, you know, you have to have breath to even hit the drum, right? You're not breathing, you're not hitting a drum. But so the breath is your I am in your form. Think about that one, please. Yeah, let that one expand in the being. Your breath is your eternalness flowing through your vessel. So when you're allowing these spaces of you and even this understanding of you with the concept of toning or playing an instrument or whatever it is, you're allowing your eternalness, yes, your I am, your divinity to flow through your format. That's why light language, toning, singing, chanting, all of these things that we're designed to do and capable of doing, that's why they are so powerful. Somebody having a off day, it's like a common thing. I've seen it in movie upon movie upon movie, as well as had it in my own life. You know, the energy's just a little off, or you can't get going or something, or you put on your favorite song and you start dancing, or you start singing, or you start moving in some way. And what happens to the energy? It changes, it moves. It's all vibration and it's all frequency and it's all resonance. So if you're in a space that feels like it's not moving, like it's a bit stuck, and it could be anything really, big or little, remember it's a vibration, it's an energy, it's a frequency, and that stuckness is what is emanating. So interjecting some flow can move that energy. All right. So the reason and the purpose is the movement of the energy, Holy One. The reason you feel it in your physical being and you have this connection point is because of you are opening to this space of you of remembrance of this divinity, of this eternalness, of this expansive consciousness that you are, that's in a form. And so that's why you're feeling it. You're having these sensations in the body. And the more we allow these connection points, these sensations get to expand. And we can learn to work with this, and we can and have learned to utilize these spaces of ourselves. Does this make sense to anyone? Thank you. I see some head shakes. I love it. Thank you. That was fantastic to start with there, Trudy. Thank you. All right, Sam is here. Holy One, blessings, beautiful Sam. Let's see. Sam says, Andrea, I asked this question. Do you ever sense the energies for the human collective or this Acasma family collective? There are many teachers that give monthly energy readings or yearly. Just curious if you have any thoughts for us in October or the rest of the year. I do this. Yes, Sam. Thank you for that. That's a lovely question. And sometimes I didn't get this month's out yet. Things have been a bit busy. It may not happen this month, but I don't get on my back about it. You know what I mean? I just flow. But my newsletter, so some of you may have seen those in the past, where I would send out my monthly newsletter and let you know what's going on, what's available with my work in all the spaces of us. And so almost every time I send it out, I either do an oracle reading for the Acasma connection and or humanity. And then I also will do a monthly energy reading for the month. So I didn't do those. I don't think I did September or October, but I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to hang my head. I'm going to raise it high because I've been doing so many other spaces that I'm going to allow. And I say that as a teaching tool as well, that you hold your head high as you be you your way in the way you're able to. Does this make sense to you? So, all right, now, as per your question, Sam, let's see. So we'll allow the space. Yes, yes. So the Acasma Family Collective, month of October. There's a lot of new energy, yes, in the month of October. Prior to the month of October, there was, this understanding of shedding. Yes, of older spaces of the being, and really coming to terms with a remembrance of the self that was entering the new room. So you could understand this as September, you were at the door of your own experiential space. Everybody here, your own individual experiential space. You're at the door leaving an old room. Can you see that? And you walked into the new room as you walking into October. Now, that might be the whole month of October is kind of like going over the threshold for some. And for some, the month of October is going to be making it into the middle of the room and looking around and really getting that aha moment of, I've arrived at a new space of me. And for some, they already are on the other side of the room and they're looking for the next doorknob. And they're like, okay, I'm ready. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So, but October is like new energy, new energy. This can also be registered by you guys as, yes, you have an experience that you've had before, and yet you have it in a new way. So would you understand you're in a new room? Ooh, I'm going to lose my mic. Be careful there. Get handsy. All right, now, so you understand you're in a new room. So October energies are new. Now, even 1010 portal, which was just 2 days ago, I had a couple of you reach out to me. I love it. I love it. Thank you for doing so. And you said, do you have any understanding of this 1010 portal? It feels different. And I said, yes, it's new energy. That's why it feels different. But I mean that in a really good way. Like, we can laugh about it, right? So it's this new energy. And, you know, if you were with me in the meet, most of you were, I believe, being the new human, I believe we talked about that wave of love, the divine wave of love that's hitting the earth right now. And so that's part of that new energy. That's what's helping everybody move through the doorway of their own experiential understanding of themselves. Does this make sense to you? So that's the Acasma family collective. Now, humanity still has that full spectrum available because we're unity consciousness. So as you hold it, anybody else has the opportunity to tap into it. Does this make sense to you? And the understanding of humanity right now is there's a, So October for the general spaces of humanity. Yeah, they are finding their hearts more. And when I tap in and feel it, it's like an immense amount of love. But there's also like a little bit of emotion, like figuring out you can be home. Yes, and figuring out you can feel safe even when you aren't used to it. So that's kind of like a really big space humanity is entering. Yes, that they can feel safe. Yes, and they can feel loved. And they can open their hearts, because a lot of humanity has been afraid to do so. Yes. So that is what I believe humanity in general is feeling in the month of October. There's a lot of clearing in the breast thinking about humanity. So there's a massive movement of the divine feminine in humanity right now, month of October. There's a massive movement of the divine feminine. What does that mean? It means there's a balance coming in. It's like a shaking out of a rug. When a rug has been used a very long time and has had like dirt embedded in it, and then somebody takes the rug and picks it up, and maybe they put it over a fence and grab a broom. I know somebody has this understanding, and you swat that rug. Do you understand me? Somebody understands me. And so that is kind of like what's happening with the energy of the divine feminine. It's the feminine itself releasing. Yes, yes, these older energies. And this maternal line, this mother line, motherhood line is, it's not received with love, please. It's not risen yet, but because there's this clearing going on, it's capable now. It's like, yes, being offered a space in which it would be able to rise. Does that make sense to you? All right, great. Ooh, that's really big energy in the chest. Let's bless that. Will we bless this together real quickly? Can you see this with me, please? All that I spoke for the human collective and all that we spoke for the Acasma collective, let's just bless it with our love. We blessed us with our love. We are grateful for these spaces of us. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. That was beautiful. Thank you for those spaces. Let's see. Thank you all for your presence. Thank you for your presence. Blessings on your nows. Blessings on your nows.